What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. It seems like it's already starting for the Dodgers. They just lost Blake Snell for the next few weeks, but at least Roki, he's smiling. He just put up his best start by far as a major leaguer. Yankees fans had a field day yesterday. They're already saying they won the Juan Soto breakup. There's some clear sarcasm in that, but still, it's funny, not gonna lie. Mike Trout will not stop hitting baseballs. All this man has to do is stay healthy. We have another 40 home run Trout season in the books. Astros fans, they're begging for the Jose Altuve left field experiment to be over. And the Braves, they're on the verge of setting a new low for this season. They could be 1-8 if they're not able to overcome this former minor league superstar teeing off against them. We'll talk about all of that and more in today's recap. And if you're brand new, Recap is a series where we talk about every game every single day. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget that Recap is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets. And don't forget to use code Fuzzy on Underdog Fantasy. We're going to start today's recap with both New York teams because Yankees fans are saying that they already won the Juan Soto breakup. George Springer, buddy, that is not how you field a baseball. Jesse Winker, he's grateful he's in there for a triple. It didn't mean anything though because Chris Bassitt actually shredded his old team. He strikes out Mark Vientos to strand Winker, and now he's winning. Vladdy, he corked an RBI single. He scores the rookie Allen Rodin, and then Allen, he wanted another run scored. He got on base his first 3 plate appearances. Bo with an easy RBI 2-bagger. Bo's now batting .316 with 3 doubles on the year. Bassitt, he was pulled after almost 7 shutouts, 6 2/3 scoreless, 9 strikeouts. The Mets lineup was really happy to see him go. Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto both got on in the 8th inning, and Jesse Winker, he's going to try George Springer again. George, why did you stutter step? I mean, he allowed another Jesse Winker triple. Winker had 0 triples since 2021. He had 2 in 1 game yesterday. Springer, he got helped off the field, but a lot of Jays fans were like, I don't know if he's hurt. He just looks like he got embarrassed, but I don't know about that. George has been really good in the box, so hopefully he's healthy going forward. Edwin Diaz, he got himself in a little bit of a jam, but he's got such nasty stuff. He got himself out of it. Andres, he swung at a ball that was literally at his shoelaces. That's why I don't miss Andres. I know that he's been really good to start the year. Lindor, he wasted no time with the chance to walk it off. A screamer to the other former Cleveland baseball player, Miles Straw. That is a walk-off sac fly. The Mets win 3-2. Juan Soto went 1 for 4 in that last game. He has 1 home run and 3 RBIs on the season. So when Trent Grisham goes yard after that Austin Wells RBI, Yankees fans, they're going to have some fun. He's got 2 home runs already, passing Juan Soto. Brian Hayes, he's showing some early life in the season. He's got another RBI extra base hit. Marcus Stroman still stinks, but the Yankees are just asking him to eat innings at this point. That is a 2-run double that Emmanuel Valdez just missed. Pittsburgh ended up with the 4 spot. We're just going to skip to the Martian because Jason can move. That's an easy stand-up double. Oswald Peraza singled, and Trent Grisham just passed Juan Soto's season stats in 1 game. Again, Soto has 1 home run and 3 RBIs. This guy, Trent Grisham, has 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in this 1 game. He already has more WAR than Alex Verdugo put up all last season. The Yankees have 25 home runs through 8 games, which is the most ever. That is an MLB record. Anthony Volpe, he found another barrel. He has a 25% barrel rate. He clears the bases. He has 7 extra base hits and 12 RBIs already. Goldie got in on the action. He knocked in Peraza. The Yankees have won 3 in a row. The Pirates, on the other hand, to absolutely no one's surprise, are 2-7. We just talked about the Yankees winning 3 in a row. How about we show Mike Trout going yard in 3 consecutive games? Not before Carlos Santana made it 1-0. The 39-year-old, he's still showing that he can swing it. Luis Rengifo, he's always seen Tanner Bybee really well. I thought that maybe his hammy might have kept him out. Nope, he's not missing facing Bybee. Hip hip Jorge, his first long ball as a Halo. Jorge Soler with the 2-run shot. Bo, thankfully, he made it a 1-run game. He snaps an 0 for 15 streak. I'm happy about that. And the Guardians actually tied it after Quan got hit when the Angels were trying to convert a double play. Carlos had his 2nd RBI of the game. But yeah, Mike Trout, he's back to pulverizing baseballs. I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. Same with this guy. It's time to start a dialogue. Is Logan O'Hoppe the new best offensive catcher in baseball? Over his last 162 games, he has 32 home runs. He has 4 already on the season, batting way above 300. And I don't think that he's the #1 guy yet, but he's in that conversation now with William Contreras. You got Will Smith, JT Realmuto, Cal Raleigh. There's a lot of good offensive catchers in the game. Adley Rutschman, is that who I think it is? Tim Anderson with a 2-run double. Wow, good for Mr. Timmy. The Halos, they tacked on another versus Tristan McKenzie, who walked 4, gave up 3 base hits. It's so sad to see what's happened to Dr. Sticks. I still have faith, but man, Tristan McKenzie, we got to pick it up. The Angels are 5-3. Let's go to Philadelphia. We have another Roki start on our hands. He's really trying to bounce back after an emotional start where he walked like 4 or 5 guys. He made the 2-timer look silly. Bryce, he just kind of waved at it. Boom. He did chop a ball for an RBI groundout, but it was just 1 run. So this 2-run blast off the bat of Enrique Hernandez puts the Dodgers on top. Hernandez has 3 base hits this year. I think all of them have been home runs. Roki, he retired 12 of the final 13 batters that he faced. Much better in this one. He leaves after 4 innings, just 1 earned run. He also had 4 strikeouts. Now, he did try to go 5, but he walked JT Realmuto. Then Bryson Stott had a single. Anthony Banda, he comes in and he's tasked with the cleanup duty. JT, he's going to tie on this Schwarber. Wait, hold on. Teoscar, he fired to first. It's a double play. That's 1,000 baseball IQ to fire back to first base and double off Bryson Stott. Michael Conforto, he's batting .310 with 2 home runs now. Alex Vesia, he struck out 3 in the 8th inning. And Tanner Scott, speaking of threes, he only needed 3 pitches to end the 9th inning. The Dodgers are now 9-1, but they do get some bad news. I mean, come on. Everyone kind of expected this. Blake Snell, he just hit the 15-day IL. I don't know if he's going to be out longer than that, but what everyone expected going into the season, that the Dodgers, the baseball gods, were going to smite them down because they don't stay healthy, it's already happening. I'm praying that this doesn't continue for the rest of the season because I want to see the Dodgers go off for a ton of wins. Call me a Glazer, I don't care. I just want to see some history. But yeah, Blake Snell, he's on the 15-day IL. Shockingly, the San Francisco Giants are pretty much right there neck and neck with the Dodgers. Sorry for spoilers, but the Giants are in fact now 7-1. Elliot Ramos was nearly blessed by the baseball gods and some wet grass, but Robles, he does recover. Jung Hoo Lee, he showed off the extra base and speed combo. He doubled. He immediately stole third base, and Matt Chapman says, thank you for getting in scoring position. Jung Hoo Lee basically manufactured that run all by himself. Yaz, he then brought home Chapman, and Dylan Moore, he socked a loud home run. That was the only run allowed by Robbie Ray, who somehow only allowed that 1 run despite 5 walks and 4 base hits, just 2 strikeouts. How did he do that? It's like a Houdini start. Matt Chapman's at it again, and same with Lee. So Lee, he teams up with Matt for 2 RBI doubles on the day. Matt, he ends it with a beauty. That's a sick play to give Ryan Walker his 3rd save of the year. San Francisco has won 6 games in a row, and the Cubs are trying for their 5th consecutive W. Ian Happ, he's getting a standing ovation because this is his 1,000th career game with the Cubs. He celebrates with a leadoff double. Now, no damage was done in that inning, unlike the 2nd inning. Carson Kelly, we know that he had a cycle a few days ago. He's staying red hot with an RBI. Pivetta then forgot how to throw strikes. He walks Ian Happ. Then there's another walk, this time to Kyle Tucker, a free RBI. Torpedo bat Dansby Swanson has 3 home runs already. He also has 3 doubles. I believe that Nico Horner also uses that brand new torpedo bat and scores Michael Busch. Carson Kelly, is he using one too? What is with catchers to start this season? We have one guy, Ivan Herrera, with 4 home runs in 24 hours. Carson Kelly hits for the cycle, and then he's got, 10 RBIs? His last 3 games, he's been on base 11 times with 6 hits and 5 walks over those last 3 games. Matthew Boyd, please come back to Cleveland. I think, obviously he's not going to, but he carved up the Padres. 5 strikeouts over 6 shutout frames. When Justin Steele locks back in, the Cubs are going to have a nasty 1 through 3 of lefties with Imanaga, Steele, and Boyd. You guys want to see why Ian Happ is a 3-time Gold Glover? Look no further. What an insane play with no regard for his own safety. Tatis, that's his MLB best 14th base hit. That was the only run scored for the Padres, so the Cubs do win 5 in a row. They're 7-4. Texas is also on a win streak, 3 in a row coming into Game 1 versus the Rays. I think they're going to make it 4. Marcus Semien, he is digging out of a huge hole. I think he started like 4 for 30 to begin the season. That's his first big fly of the year. Burger bombs are back. Jake Burger's second is a 3-run missile, 430 feet, my lord. Now, Tampa, they got to face Jacob deGrom, but look at Brandon Lau. He's setting the tone. He tagged a pitch, but that's it. Skipping to the 6th. Jake, wait, what? What? Jonathan Aranda off the foul pole. Jake then let Cameron Meisner get on, and Curtis Mead tied it. So I lied about Jacob deGrom. Did I lie about the Rangers winning 4 in a row? No, I did not. Wyatt Langford, he smoked a 111-mile-per-hour 2-run line drive tater. He's got 3 home runs, and Luke Jackson, he's up to a whopping 5 saves. Who saw that coming? The Rangers, they do get their 4th dub in a row. This next game was a slugfest for the Orioles, which is crazy because Gunnar Henderson struck out 4 times, and the Orioles didn't hit a single home run. Gary, he snaps an 0-for-9 streak against Michael Wacha. Tyler O'Neill, he got doubled up. He probably thought it was going to get past Bobby, but that's Bobby Wood Jr. He's going to make that play. Luckily, Tyler did make it for it later. Don't you worry. Tomoyuki Saganu allowed back-to-back base hits in the 5th. Uh-oh, he's going to really have to dig deep to get out of this one. And he did. 3 weak pop-ups to avoid any damage. He only has 5 strikeouts through 9 2/3, but we knew that he wasn't going to be a big strikeout guy. He pitches to contact and weak contact. And with the lefty-lefty RBI single, Ramon Urias, he's always seen lefties really well. That deflected off the pitcher's glove. Jackson Holiday, this is big time for his confidence. A 2-run single up the gut. He had 3 base hits in this one. He's batting .333 on the year. Bobby, he's going to do this 30, 35 more times. That was the only mistake by Tomoyuki Sagano all afternoon, and I won't lie, I kind of chuckled at this next clip. So Kansas City had Kyle Isbell played really in, and O'Neill, he crushed that ball over his head. Isbell must have thought that he was the next Superman, like James Gunn Superman. That's a base-clearing triple on that failed super dive. O'Neill's batting .380 with 5 extra base hits, 7 RBIs. The Orioles are 4-5. The Royals are 3-5. The Tigers can actually claim sole possession of first place with another win over the White Sox. Yes, a 4-4 record is good for first place in the Central right now. The usual suspects, they were at it for the Tigers. Riley Green, he found some outfield grass for an RBI scorcher, and after Andy Ibanez turned a nice little double play, the Tigers got right back to scoring. Carey Bonds, Scary Carey, whatever you want to call him, he might hit 40 this year if he stays healthy and plays 155 plus games. He's already top 5% in exit velocities, barrel rates, sweet spot percentages, all that fancy stuff. Please leave. It does. Last year, Torkelson 1,000% rolls that over and claims the lives of a few worms in the process because it's just a weak ground ball. He's getting his hands through the zone. He's got 2 home runs, still hitting .345 on the year. We have some White Sox baseball. Corey Lee, he's 3 feet off of home, but Andrew Vaughn still chucked it there. Anyways, I'm just going to kind of stop it right there. I feel bad for White Sox fans. It's going to be another long year. Marlins fans were also supposed to be in for another miserable year, but hey, they're 500 with a chance at stealing a W from the Braves. Otto Lopez, he worked a 2-out walk, and 2-out walks will always buy you. 2-out walks and leadoff walks always going to buy you. Matt Mervis to the chop house. He had 40 doubles and 36 home runs 2 years ago in the farm system for the Cubs, which are just, I mean, those are monstrous numbers. Miami's going to try and tap back into that power, see if they can wake him back up. It ended up 3-0 Marlins after rookie Liam Hicks with a nice piece of hitting. He let it travel. He goes the other way for his first big league RBI. Cal Quantrill, he was so close to 5 shutout. Drake Baldwin, he was gift-wrapped a double because Griffin Conine just straight up overran it. Cal thankfully bared down to strike out Nick Allen, but that's why ERA can be so stupid. If Nick had gone on base and Baldwin scores, Cal's ERA would have suffered, even though he should have had 3 outs a couple at-bats ago. All right, stop yapping, Fuzz. It's Matt Mervis time again. He had 3 base hits, 2 home runs. He's showcasing the elite bat speeds, exit velocities. I'm praying that he can keep it up because I want him to break out. The Marlins do, in fact, steal a W. They're 5-4. The Braves slipped to a scary 1-8. They've lost Profar. I mean, Brian De La Cruz has sucked. He's 3-18. Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr. have to come back soon. I know I was really positive the last time that we talked about the Braves, but that went out the window. That's a bad loss. Jose Altuve came into this game with 2 career base hits versus Bailey Ober. Both of them were home runs. Make it 3. 3 hits, 3 home runs. He's bouncing back, talking about Altuve after a brutal 0-for-5 game with 5 strikeouts. And there goes the momentum. Ty France looped a baseball out there to Jose, and Buxton got to keep on running because Altuve just straight dropped it on the transfer. He's trying to do way too much, in my opinion. And that's an ouchie if you're an Astros fan. Jose Miranda with a 3-run tank. He immediately pointed to the dugout. He knew that baseball was way gone. Matt Wallner, he slashed another RBI extra base hit for the Twins. And remember how I said Altuve was doing too much? Yeah, what was that? A 6-run 4th inning. Johan Duran, he had an 8-pitch 9th as the Twins, they improved to 3-5. The Astros are the exact same. They're also 3-5. There were nearly 20 runs and 30 base hits in this next game. Coming up, the Reds and Brew Crew contest. I'm not going to show all of them, but it was a fun one. Gavin Lux, there he is with his first of 2 hits. He also had 2 RBIs. He knocks in Ellie De La Cruz. Oliver Dunn is in there for Matt McClain. He was a late scratch talking about McClain, and Dunn just went yard versus, oh, wait. That was Blake Dunn. Oliver Dunn is on the Brewers, and no, they're not brothers. Anyway, TJ Friedel and CES found some barrels. TJ with the 2-run home run, and Christian Encarnacion Strand with the mammoth no-doubter. If that made you cringe, I'm really sorry. I cringed. That ball was off the scoreboard. 451 feet for Christian Encarnacion Strand. Jose Trevino, he makes it a 7 spot. His first home run as a Red, and Brewers fans, they were raining down the boos because why is that guy still in and pitching? Milwaukee, they did chip away as Oliver Dunn of the Brewers, he had a sac fly, and Yelich had a single right before Reds fans, they might have, I mean, they're probably booing if this game was in Cincinnati, right? Sal Frelick had an RBI single turned into 2 more free bases and a couple more runs. A 1-run single is a base-clearing error because Jake Fraley is just jogging after the baseball. A lot of Reds fans were like, he's jogging. Some other Reds fans were like, what is he supposed to? Well, you're supposed to sprint. We have another attempt at a Superman super dive. Oliver Dunn sent one to Blake Dunn. Super dive did not work on that one. Another 2-run base hit in this one. It's 10-7 Reds. Remember though, Gavin had 2 RBIs and hits. So 2 RBIs and 2 hits in one game. That's pretty good. The Reds doing 11-7. And I got a question for you guys. Who's going to win the NL Central? Is it the Cubs to lose? Can the Cardinals and Brewers fight back? Can the Reds rattle off a few W's and show that they're ready? Let me know. Jacob Wilson, no BS, could have 180 base hits every year for the next 10 years. He reminds me so much of Bo. He just flat out rakes. Okay, not on that swing. That's a triple play. Whoa. Sean Bouchard. Is it deep enough? That ball is carrying. It is a 2-run home run. That's the first home run for the Rockies at home all year. The A's, they got a double play, but with no outs, so because it was the bases loaded, a run does score. This Tyler Soderstrom kid is going to be a big-time difference maker, and I mean that. His 5th extra base hit, RBIs 5 and 6. Jacob, there he is. I told you, this guy rakes. He has a 9-game hit streak to start 2025. That's a 2-run double. He could be a perennial 6-7 WAR player if his defense can improve. Brent, 425 feet. The A's have now homered in every single game this year. Shea, even further, 429 feet. He has 3 home runs already after popping off for 29 last year. Ryan McMahon, cool little solo home run, and Mason Miller loved every second of that home run because now it's a save opportunity. He had 2 more strikeouts. He has 3 saves. The A's, they're 4-5. The Rockies, 1-7. I thought this was going to be the Diamondbacks game all day, but yeah, James Wood and the Nationals had other ideas in mind. James, he saved a run with the web gem and then scored a few with the stick. He went lefty-lefty for a 2-run long extra base hit. Alex Call, I gotta showcase this guy a little bit. He's trying to build off the momentum from last year when he hit 343 with 12 extra base hits, 5 stolen bases in 30 games. He's already 4 for 8 to start this season. Erod, weird game. He struck out the side in the second. He had 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. He just could not keep that momentum when runners were on base as Alex Call had another RBI. The Diamondbacks, they fought back to ruin Mitchell Parker's shutout. Randall Grichuk had an RBI. Mitchell then took one off the leg. Like, that was a flush comebacker, but a lucky bounce ends the 6th inning. He had 2 base hits, just the 1 run. Arizona got 1 in the 7th, another in the 9th. They're rallying. And Alec Thomas, after sprinting out an infield RBI single, sprinted for the final out of the game. That was a C to end it from Riley Adams. By the way, that was the 2nd save of the year for Kyle Finnegan, who's going to get traded at the deadline 100%. He's not going to be a National for the rest of the year. We're going to show the web gems in just a moment, but another recap is in the books. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting. The likes, the comments, the subscriptions have been crazy. Thank you so much. Just wanted to fanboy over you guys real quick. You've been growing the game of baseball like crazy with me over the last few years. I really appreciate it. And also, shout out to my editor, Pesky Talk. He's been going bananas with the recaps, the TikToks, the shorts, everything like that. So go subscribe to Pesky Talk. Thank you guys for everything, and enjoy the web gems.
2-1. Lifted high in the air to left, Benintendi going back towards the wall, and he makes the grab.
The Carnival, here's a pop-up. Center and a...
That's pulled down toward first. Nice diving stop by Alonso from his knees. He hits Brazaman.
Tolia, that's right back towards Sears.